there movie fans, I'm John Andersen, and in continuing my series on Christopher Nolan films leading up to the release of Dunkirk this July, we already took a look at his first two films following Memento, which if you haven't seen my reviews of those films, be sure to click the card above. Now let's look at his third feature film. Insomnia was one of the few Christopher Nolan films that went under my radar for the longest time, and when I finally saw the film, I wasn't that impressed, but in rewatching it again, it actually is quite good. Will Dormer and his partner are sent up to a small town in Alaska to investigate the murder of a local teen, where Dormer is distraught due to the uncanny similarities between himself and the murderer, and the never-ending sunlight, causing him to have severe insomnia. This film is a typical noir mystery that shares a lot of elements with films like David Fincher's Seven and Nolan's previous work, Memento, obviously without the backwards storytelling, but it does share a similar opening title sequence and quick cutting memory flashes aesthetic. The film starts out very procedurally with a standard murder investigation and stock character types like Al Pacino's veteran detective with a questionable past, William Dorner, and Hilary Swank's small-town cop who longs for more adventure, Ellie Bird. However, the film takes a turn midway through the film when we're introduced to antagonist Walter Finch, played by the late Robin Williams, in a much darker role when compared to his more famous roles, but he's able to balance the unnervingness and slight sympathy to make a compelling villain. Williams and Pacino have great camaraderie, as you never really know who has the upper hand on who until the very end. The only issue I had with this film was in regards to the death of Dormer's partner Hop, who was convinced that Dormer shot him intentionally based on a conversation that they had earlier in the film. I know they were trying to save the revelation of Dormer's past till the end, but I would have liked a little more context so that this friendly partner's turn of mistrust wasn't so jarring. However, I do appreciate the air of mystery surrounding our main character, leading to a very clear and satisfying arc for Dormer's character. So in short, this film is a solid murder mystery with Nolan's signature style that starts off pretty generic, but really comes into its own in the second half, and that's why for me, Insomnia is a really good movie. So those are my thoughts on Insomnia. Do you agree, disagree? Let me know down in the comments below. And be sure to join me next month where we look at what I think is Christopher Nolan's most underrated film, The Prestige. Also, be sure to click right here to see my last series review on Spider-Man 3, and click over here to see my latest reviews from last weekend on Beauty and the Beast and the Belko Experiment. Also, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and check out my social media links down in the description below. And until next time, don't forget to watch the movies.